Look at Thursday morning South Central. What we're talking about here over the next couple of days is the return to some cooler weather across the state. And we've got our first winter storm watch of the season, which is set to take aim on the Brooks Range as we welcome in the weekend. As far as what we're dealing with this morning, though, to get you out the door through the rest of today, we've got plenty of sunshine in the forecast. This is a live look overlooking Eagle River, where you can see not much in the way of cloud coverage this morning. We are going to continue to hold on to fairly quiet weather as advertised through most of this week. The latter half of this week into the weekend was going to bring a dry stretch of weather with some sunshine. With that being said, we could see parts of South Central with some rain showers into the evening. I'll get to that here in the next few minutes. But as far as what we're dealing with when it comes to those clear skies, it's paving the way for a nice opportunity to catch that aurora. You can see this is a photo coming in from the Kenai from the previous mornings. Thanks to Highland Larson for sending in this stunning shot of that aurora, which has been lighting up the night sky. And as we continue to head through the rest of our winter months, or fall and into our winter months, that is going to bring the perfect opportunity to get outdoors and see that aurora. And of course, waking up this morning with those clearer skies, we have seen some cooler conditions which have been building back in across South Central. Many areas waking up to the coldest morning we've seen since about late May. That includes Anchorage, out towards Valdez and Cordova, where we saw those temperatures dip down into the mid to upper 30s. Now East Anchorage, parts of the valley, as well as out towards the western Kenai, you can see those temperatures have dipped down near freezing. So we are seeing the potential for some frost. And here over the next few mornings, as temperatures continue to, as clouds continue to clear out across South Central, we are going to see that potential for our first freeze of the season for parts of South Central. So be prepared for that here over the next couple of mornings. In fact, as we transition through the end of the month, a large portion of the state will continue to hold on to a tilt towards cooler weather. What that means for us here in South Central is more opportunities for our lows to dip into the mid 30s. Afternoon highs will likely stay in the upper 40s and the lower 50s. But as far as that first winter storm watch of the season that has been issued, that is for the central Brooks Range. That goes into effect tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. and then lasts through Sunday afternoon. Heavy snowfall looks possible with total snow accumulations of 6 to 12 inches to be expected. So if you're driving north into Prudhoe Bay along the Dalton Highway, you will encounter some heavy snowfall. Be prepared for some reduced visibility, and temperatures will hover right around the 20s and the 30s. So that is our first official winter storm watch of the season. Elsewhere across the state, not much going on this morning. Now we are seeing some activity through the interior where we're going to see some of that showery weather sticking around. Notice that ridge of high pressure out towards southwest Alaska. That is greatly going to influence the weather for the Bering Sea region out towards the western coastline here over the next week or so. We're going to be talking about quieter weather, more sunshine, and temperatures dipping down near freezing for many locations. So that is those cooler conditions that we're going to be talking about. In fact, this morning we're waking up to 29 in Dead Horse, 37 in Ukiavik, out towards the Aleutians. Temperatures sitting in the 30s and the 40s. Fairly quiet for the Aleutians currently, but be prepared for some additional rounds of some rain that will sweep through the Aleutians here over the next couple of days. Mainland Alaska as a whole is trending on the drier side outside of that winter storm watch we're seeing for the Brooks Range. And then we also have an area of upper level disturbance that's going to dive south out of the interior, which could spawn some showers across parts of South Central later this evening. Temperature is going to shape up to be quite nice this afternoon as we warm into the mid 50s across South Central. Get outdoors, enjoy that sunshine. We've got an extended stretch of it that's going to stay with us into the weekend. But notice into the interior, those rain showers, that's going to continue to dive southward through the day. So we could see some additional showers spawning out towards the Talkeetna Mountains through parts of the valley as well as into the Copper River Basin later this evening, overnight into our Friday. Outside of that, the rest of South Central stays dry. We could see it clip extreme northern parts of the Anchorage Bowl, so expect to see some increasing clouds this evening. Overall, drier weather staying with us. And then what we're watching is another area of low pressure that's going to build into the eastern Gulf of Alaska. It's going to slide just south of South Central, may kick up some showers for Prince William Sound as we welcome in your Friday, but most of the impacts will be out towards southeast, where we're going to be talking about the potential for some heavy rain rainfall that will occur for many areas through the southern interchannels. Could see up to 2+ inches of rainfall accumulation here over the next few days. But you can see as a whole, mainland Alaska fairly quiet outside of that snow that we will see through the Brooks Range, and then you can see the Aleutians as well as southeast. We'll see most of the impacts here over the next couple of days. So how much rain are we talking about for the Panhandle as we close out this week and welcome in the weekend? We're easily seeing the potential for 1 to 3 inches of rainfall accumulation, higher amounts out towards Ketchikan. While flooding does not look possible, we will see a significant rise in some of those waterways. So take note of that here over the next couple of days. The forecast for your Thursday: upper 30s along the slope, 40s and 50s elsewhere across Alaska. And again, we're continuing to see these cooler conditions slowly seep across the state. Here in Anchorage, our average first freeze typically occurs around September 24th. We may be about 1 to 2 weeks late this year. With that said, East Anchorage, Kenai, Soldotna, out towards Willow, as well as Butte and into the Copper River Basin, will have a pretty good opportunity of hitting freezing here over the next few mornings. Of course, that largely depends upon our cloud coverage, which will increase tonight into our Friday, and you can see into the weekend, more sunshine to be expected. Daily highs, though, low to mid 50s, overnight lows sitting in the 30s and the 40s. So while West Anchorage will likely sit in the upper 30s a few mornings here and there, be prepared for many areas across South Central to see the first frost, if not a first light freeze of the season here over the next few days. So if you have a green thumb, if you still have some vegetation outside, now is the time to take the necessary precautions, as we are in that time period where colder weather will begin to build back across the state. Into next week, we're going to be watching our next chance of rain moving into the forecast. Nothing really to talk about right now because we've got plenty of sunshine in the forecast. It's going to stay with us through Sunday. So get outside and enjoy it. And again, if you are heading north out to Prudhoe Bay, driving along the Dalton Highway, be prepared for some heavy snowfall into the weekend as we deal with our first winter storm watch of the season. We'll have you another gorgeous live look from overlooking Eagle River with a little cloud coverage expected. We'll see again those highs today topping out in the low to mid 50s. We'll have more on that coming up in the noon show as well as in the evening newscast. For now, have a great sunny Thursday.